Hey guys, I wanted to show you how to solve system of linear equations using the Desmos calculator. And so if you look here, I have the calculator up and you notice I have a bunch of equations already typed in. But I want to look at these first two. You have a blue and green one. And so when you solve a system of linear equations, you're always going to have two linear equations, and you're going to either see them cross once, or you'll see them never cross, or you'll see them be exactly the same line. And so if they're exactly the same line, the answer is going to be infinitely many solutions because they touch at every single point along the lines. If they never cross, that means they're parallel and that they have no solutions, and these two lines will never cross. And you can tell that by looking at the slopes. Here we have a slope of -2, and here we have a slope of -2, and the y-intercepts are different. So we know that these two lines will never cross. No matter how far out I zoom, you'll see that they never do cross. Okay, coming back in, I want to look at this one right here, where they do cross once. And the answer to this, if you're going to solve this system of linear equations, the answer to this is where these two lines cross, which is that point right there. And it may not be real easy to see what the coordinate is just by trying to figure it out, because here's 2, here's 3. I keep zooming in and it's not really falling on any of these grid lines, so it's a little difficult to tell what the ordered pair is. So what you want to do is take your cursor, your mouse, and click in this or this, one of those two open spots. And you'll notice something right here. You'll notice this point. See, there's no point there. But watch when I click into it, the point appears, and I can put my mouse over top of it. And it tells me the ordered pair. So 2.667, comma, -2.33. So the answer looks like it's going to be in fractional form, but you could use those decimals as approximate locations. So if we look, that's what you want to check on. Do they cross once? Do they cross none, which would be no solutions? Or do they cross every single point? Let me turn this on and off. There we go. Do they cross at every single point, which would be infinitely many solutions. Okay, so I want to look at the next two here. Let's look at that line compared to that line. And if I'm looking at like 0, 0, I notice that it looks like they're going to come together at some point. So to scroll out, I'm just going to hit the minus sign. And then I'm going to left click and hold and drag the screen up until I get to that point. When I get to that point, it looks like it's going to be maybe 7, -11. But like I told you earlier, just click here, and that point comes up, 7, -11. Okay. If your keyboard does not show up like this, all you have to do is scroll down to the bottom, and you see the keyboard. You click that, and then it should appear. All right, let me close out of these ones, come back to the origin. Let's look at the next two. The next two is going to be 7 and 8 here. If I look at those, how will I tell if they're parallel for no solutions as a possible answer? Well, it's not in slope-intercept form here. I could turn it to slope-intercept form and look at the slope and see if they are parallel, if they have the same slopes, or I could just use points on the graph, and I've already done that here. I've typed those in using a table. I would just click the plus sign and then table, and I've typed in these ordered pairs, and so from here I can check slope. Let's do rise over run. Here's 1, there's 2, there's 3, so we go up 1, up 2, and to the right 1, so that would be 2 over 1 for a slope of 2. And if this has a slope of 2, then we know these lines are parallel. So up 1, up 2, to the right 1. That would be 2 over 1, slope of 2. So they have the same slopes, so then these two lines are parallel. And that is how you solve a system of linear equations by using a graph.